We got heaps and heaps of what we sow. Where all the good people go. Is our first guest here?
Nope. This is how relaxed we are. We didn't bother to bring the actors to the show. But at this point, you know what I mean?
Aren't we the first guests?
Well, we're two-thirds of the guests.
So
we got R2, but
we don't
there's an APB out on M, you know what I'm saying?
God. So we're missing the body.
Yeah, we got the brains. We're missing the brawn. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna leave stage. The band's gonna play us on. We're gonna start our panel.
Really?
Because, you know, TikTok, Bubba.
TikTok on the TikTok.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, we got a show to put on tonight.
That's
so,
true.
when he shows up, he shows up.
Yeah, man.
And when he does, he'll have some explaining to do.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna give him lots of shit about this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'll be back. One of his best.
Highest jumps I've ever seen. Hope someone got a picture of that.
So 2 is a magic number, and then 1 is an absent asshole. As he is, because he blew off the panel.
Well, in all fairness, he needs his beauty rest.
It's, I gotta tell you, I've seen Matt Cohen this morning. It ain't Matt Cohen. I think the machine didn't work right in terms of pickups and drop-off.
Oh, it's Matt Cohen.
Always blame the hot one. Listen, I'd love to chat with you, but we gotta get to business. Let's take some
first
questions.
question.
You.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, let's, you know, we'll just start on the other side. Can we? Shit.
If I was a tree, I would be a...
Yeah, Robbie, I mean...
I'd be a fern.
If you could, who would you play on the...
I would be Misha.
I read about this in the manual, but I never thought it would happen to us.
Worst panel ever.
Yes, ma'am.
I actually had a question for 3 of you, but...
Well, thank fuck it wasn't just for Matt, because... All right.
A few years ago, celebrity voices on GPS used to be a thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering what a GPS would sound like with 3 of you, but now 2 of you doing it.
Well, there's one small snag. We're not celebrities. So it'd be total silent.
No, I think... Okay, yes. But to answer the woman's question.
Okay.
I would say there'd be a lot of arguing. A lot of Rich not listening.
No, I don't think that's the case. You're Johnny Ways. You like to do the whole thing where you don't hit traffic. So I think you would it'd be Rob going, turn left here, Rich. Rich! Going straight, Bobo. Straight as a crow flies.
Exactly.
God damn it.
We caused so many accidents. No, left here. No, I'm not gonna do it.
And they try to program like, you guys aren't telling me where we're going. Will you stop touching the buttons? We're trying to sort this out.
You know what? Pull over.
And Matt wouldn't be any help at all because he would be late. So.
But he'd be on the cover of the box.
Yeah, he'd get all the royalties. You.
Rob, is there a song that you've wanted to sing that you've never gotten to, either at Saturday Night Special or really anywhere else?
Yeah, Rob.
A Loud and Swain song or a cover song?
Either or.
I'm sorry. Did we?
Oh my goodness! voices. He just woke up.
He's got bedhead.
It's good
To be honest, the reason I'm late, I was on the beach with Moana and Maui, and we were partying. I forgot that we had. Hey,
Cute.
It's nice to be here.
Disney, it's the best.
Ladies and gentlemen,
excuse.
Matthew Cohen. Wait.
Drums.
I gotta say, in your absence, we did a pretty good mime version of you doing that.
Did you jump off the chair?
No, we just watched Invisible You do it. It was pretty good.
You know, there's lots of songs that I would love. I'm always like, I don't really get to do covers as much because usually covers are what the guests do, and then I do Loud Swain songs. So yeah, a lot of times a song come like we've never covered the Joker.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller. We never covered Steve Miller. I always thought that would be fun to do. Steve Miller Band. Anything by the Steve Miller Band would be good.
Especially because they say that line, I'm a midnight toker.
Midnight Toker, great line.
For some reason that line, I like it.
Man, you love Midnight.
I do.
I'm trying to think what else would be good. Oh, the Cars. I always love the Cars. The band The Cars. I love.
You get to do a lot of, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong here, but doing these conventions, bringing on guests off and on, you've gotten to cover a lot of tunes that you wouldn't have otherwise covered.
Absolutely.
Which has been fun.
Yeah.
Like, Crowley's, like, you guys never would have played Mr. Crowley.
No.
But you guys play the crap out of that song. It's great.
Well, yeah, and even when we cover, I get to play guitar in a lot of cover songs on Saturday Night Special, like when we do Eminem with Osric, you know what I mean? Like, I never would have played an Eminem song before, and that's one of my favorite things to play. Every time Osric does Saturday Night Special, I'm like, can we do the Eminem song? And he's like, oh man, we do it all the time. I'm like, I know, can we do it again?
And you guys knock it out of the park.
He does. It's amazing. Anyway, so maybe Steve Miller would be my answer, but we started doing this, Loud Swain, we were like, we're not a cover band. We never had played a lot of cover songs. And now we've got this, I got my iPad is full of these songs that we've learned, and it's kind of cool now that it makes you a better band, truly, because you learn all these different styles, and then it kind of broadens our writing has gotten, I think, better because we're more aware of different types, how to play different types of songs.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
You.
Hi. My question's for Rob and Rich.
Well, you could have hit snooze one more time there, Cohen.
You guys did Kings of Con, and you said that you included a lot of stories, real stuff that happened at conventions. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if there were any stories that you wanted to include that you didn't have time to do, or...
Well, there are, but I say at the risk of giving a kind of a lame answer, we're saving those nuggets for the next season, so I don't necessarily want to give up too many tidbits, but is there one that you have off the top of your head, Rob, that is a shareable one?
Well, I would just say that we're writing things down all the time.
All the time.
We're always going, oh, that's an episode. And
We wrote down, I know Rob told you on stage the story about being at the airport and seeing a guy, retell the story.
Well, I told you yesterday, the guy at the airport who was like, hey man, the guy that you're with, is he on Supernatural? And I was like, yeah, he's on Supernatural. And he was like, I knew it! I've watched every episode. I love that show. And I was like, yeah, me too. And then, he's like, what's his name? I said, Richard Speight Jr. What else has he been in? I'm like, just go ask him, man. I'm not his agent.
I'm not a fan. I don't know.
So we're like, something like that will happen, and then we'll turn that into some great big thing,
Yeah.
The other day we were at a parking garage, and we got.
Oh yeah.
And we got they gave us, they validate your parking because we had a meeting in the building, and it said all day pass. I was like.
And we looked at each other like, all day pass, and like in our mind we'd cut to a montage of us shopping and
Just like
fishing.
But because it was in Santa Monica, so it was like going crazy on the, doing the roller coaster. And then we said at the end of the day, we're going. I come in first, and the day ends at like 8 p.m. and shoo, like a gate comes down.
And now I'm outside and he's inside, and suddenly it's Midnight Express. You know what I mean? He's stuck.
I'm trapped. Like, oh, this is an episode. So like that's the way that it begins, a nugget of truth, and then we. So yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
All day pass.
Aren't you fellas worried about parking? Nope.
All day pass.
All day pass.
Hi,
Hi.
my question's for Rob. I was wondering if you had any fun stories from being in Not Another Teen Movie or in Waiting.
Or Waiting.
one was,
Well,
like, more fun?
both of those films were really fun because they had so many other cool actors in them that I was having a great time working with. Not Another Teen Movie, yeah, had just a lot of young, celebrities at the time, and it was fun because the main thing when I shot was all like one shot, so it was like it took actually in a bigger movie like that they take a lot of time to shoot and stuff, and so it took almost 2 days to shoot this scene because it was like you come through the door and then you go and all these things happen, so it was like this really long shot. That's my main memory of that. It was just a cool project to be a part of. And Waiting was, hey, you getting this? Waiting was, Anna Faris and Ryan Reynolds and, so many great people. And I'm still friends with a lot of those people because we all had such a great time. Shot it in New Orleans and partied our faces off. And most of that was on the screen in the movie, too. But yeah, hey, you getting it? Anyways, it's just loads of fun. Both those movies were it's such a great time, and I made some good friends out of it. So
I didn't know you were in Not Another Teen Movie.
yeah,
Is that with Kyler Lee? I don't know.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans? No.
Is Chris Evans in that? Yeah, Chris Evans.
Are you sure you were in Not Another Teen
I
Movie?
didn't have a lot of Chris Evans scenes. Funny enough, I did a pilot with Chris Evans years before that when Chris Evans was a teenager. I played his teacher.
I've known
Dates me.
I've known Kyler for like 15 years. Her and her
We've talked
husband
about
Nathan.
this.
How?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
I worked with her. My character was kind of a takeoff on Risky Business, the Risky Business character. Except I'm not lying to my parents. They're going out of town. Don't call mom. I'm going to be so high. I'm going to even know what a phone is. So
I don't need Billy coming down on me like a ton of bricks, you know what I'm saying? No, thank you. Whew.
Do you still believe I was in that movie or not?
I'm not sure you believe you were in that movie, so I think when you come to a firm decision, I'll back your play.
Did you say when you come to a sperm decision?
Yeah, sperm whale. It's an oceanic term.
I've made my sperm decision.
Don't make it dirty. It's my name.
I'm not the one who said sperm decision.
Well, there's a gift for you kids.
The gift that keeps on giving.
With his finger on the pulse. A supernatural actor was fired earlier today for making what he called a sperm decision on set.
Friend and actor Richard Speight says, I don't know what got into him. Oh, I didn't mean that dirty. I didn't mean it dirty.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
I can take a knee.
Yeah.
I can take a knee. So sorry, everybody. So sorry. It all started because you said sperm decision. We're having a conversation here about movies. Kyler Lee.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Just,
Is the hole deep enough? Can we?
I'm just trying to work my way back.
You led me into a dirty joke.
I just
Supernatural actor conned by other supernatural actor that the guy in the airport didn't know was from Supernatural and saying a dirty joke. How dare you?
In breaking news, R2M has just become R squared because the M is leaving the stage.
Actor Matt Cohen says, I never knew those guys. Okay, next question.
Hi, so this question is for Rob.
Thank God.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
He's on a roll.
Good luck, everybody. Yeah.
So, sorry. It's this is a kind of stupid question, but if there was a eggs Benedict dish made in your honor, what would you want to have on it?
There's a what?
Is it like a raw Benedict, eggs Benedict? What would be on it?
Like, I guess what he's
Tears.
asking, what would you use in place of the hollandaise sauce?
I haven't said a goddamn thing.
Honest question.
Rob, you're disgusting.
You know what?
Is that not what you meant? What goes on there?
Poor Matt made a simple recipe suggestion and you had to go and make it filthy.
Nothing. This is a question for Rob, okay? So let's let Rob answer. Well, you have the poached egg on top of the English muffin. And then, why is everything I say sounds dirty now?
Just can't you go ahead and just describe
Somehow
the
I make
English
poached
muffin?
egg dirty. What would be on it, Rich? Tears.
Tears.
What's shaky? Like, what's shaky? It's not even noon yet. It's not even noon. What's a shaky? What's something shaky?
Your state of mind?
Mother.
Oh, don't bring her into this mess.
I really like black olives. We can throw some black olives on there, some spinach, some grated cheddar, and something shaky, Rich. Like a Parmesan cheese and Jell-O. The shakiest of all shakies, Jell-O.
That sounds delicious.
Delish. Do you want the raw Benedict, eggs Benedict? Oh, hell no. Thanks for your question. I really do appreciate it. I hope you someday ask me another one.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was a little drunk and high when I thought of it.
That's awesome. That's me and Matt all the time.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Dare we ask another question?
Mine's boring. Well, first of all, I want to say, Matt, thank you, because now I'm watching General Hospital again.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Yeah, maybe. I really enjoy your role, though. But for Rich
I'm
and
sensing
Rob,
this question's not for me.
no, not really.
You know, after
wanna
years
just-
of doing this, yeah.
I also would like to start by saying thank you for boosting my ego before you kicked me to the other side of the
You're
stage.
welcome. You're welcome.
I'll be over here. This one's for you guys.
I like that shirt.
Oh, thanks. So, Rich and Rob,
Yo.
really enjoyed Kings of Con. Wanted to get it somewhere soon because I want to see more of it. But are there any other projects that you guys have your eyes on or that you would like to pursue in the meantime?
I won't speak for Rob. I know as a team, we're really focused on Kings of Con and getting that up and running. We have a couple other ideas that we're bouncing around pursuing, but we're kind of doing those in conjunction with trying to get Kings of Con out there. We've been working a long time on building the presentation and the materials needed to take it out to networks and whatnot. So we're in the process of doing that, and that has consumed a majority of our time. Rob, is there anything else you have?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're like Rich said, we have some things in the bank that we want to do, other projects we'd like to work on, and other ideas we've got. But lately it's our time, our free time the window is pretty tight, and because Rich is going up to Vancouver to direct, and I've got other things. We do these conventions.
And you did a movie. You shot a movie in Chicago a little bit ago. When is that? What do we know
We're
about that?
editing it right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's called 30 Miles from Nowhere. It's fun. It's a thriller. Anyway, but when we are working, we're working on season 2 and getting season 2 happening. But I'm very confident at some point in our lives there will be something else. I picture our sort of partnership as like a production company. Like we want to make as much as we have time to do.
Correct. It's
Thank
true.
you.
Thank you. You.
Hi. My question is for all three of you.
Hey.
Could you tell us something about your very first Supernatural convention?
I'll start.
Yeah.
My very first one was a UK.
Yeah, lots of UK here.
Hi, UKs. I sat on stage in a chair and I wore a white beanie because that's what Jared did, and I thought that's what you do to look cool. And I'm pretty sure Amy Guminick sat next to me and I answered every question with a yes or no answer because I was terrified. I remember looking at pictures, my cheeks were bright red. I was sweating under this beanie, but I was like, this is what Jared does. He's tall, handsome, and everybody likes him, so that's what I'll do. And then, thanks to you people, I've become this.
Thanks to him, really.
I think
The puppet master.
I think I was the first one involved in convention, right? I did it, and then I think you started the year after me.
Chicago. We both started in
yeah.
Chicago. Yeah.
And so I started in Chicago in
2008.
Right? Was it 1978? I can't remember.
Right.
It was. I remember Barney Miller was on the air.
Right.
No, it was 2008, a long time ago, and I just remember being absolutely petrified and didn't understand, because I'd never been to a convention as a guest or as an actor or in any way, shape, or form. So didn't understand. I didn't understand actually why I would go to a convention after having only done 2 episodes of a show. It made no sense to me. So I thought this was certainly going to be a disaster. And I remember going. I remember specifically the karaoke event was in the hotel bar. And the hotel bar was still open to like patrons, so you had guys who were, on business meetings, and they're going, "What the hell is going on here?" And there's like people playing pool and just kind of drinks, and then you'd go in and with your handler, and you'd stand there, and I just remember like 15 people handing me beers. I had like 15 beers, and I stood there for an hour, and so then put them all down and left. And the only thing I remember about that is on stage, I was petrified. I barely talked to anybody, and I was going, "Hi, hi, hi." But Chad Lindbergh was on stage. I mean, it wasn't even a stage, but he was singing karaoke with people at the time. I remember thinking, that guy, he seems real relaxed. He gets it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then I remember right before my first panel being petrified because I was by myself. And it was a Q&A panel. I'm like, okay, I guess I get questions about, I don't know, we'll find out. And right before I walked in, I think it was Adam, he's like, yeah, so you go up, do about 15 minutes about yourself, and then they'll take questions. And I'm like, 15 minutes about what am I going to say for 15 minutes about myself? So I just in a panic and walked out and just started yapping. I mean, I was like, hey, everybody, so I'm wearing a shirt, and I don't know what I literally have no recollection about anything I said or did. I just remember being so flipped out when I walked in the hotel to have people clock you and go, because everybody in the hotel was there for the convention. Which was just not a world. I'm not a well-known guy, so that's not an energy I was used to. So I was like, I did something wrong. These people are staring at me. I've cut the line. I've done something that egregious. Very interesting experience. Robbie?
Yeah, a year later in Chicago was my first one, and the funny thing about mine is it was the same week that the real Ghostbusters, which was the episode I did about conventions, aired. So that aired on a Thursday. I appeared at the convention on like Saturday. And it was the weirdest thing, because I come out on stage, I'm terrified, I'm shaky, I've got a bottle of water, and if you watch the episode, that's exactly what I do in the episode. I like down the bottle of water, and I'm all shaky on the microphone, and that was exactly what was happening. It was so weird. I stayed in my room. We would stay in the convention hotel, and our rooms are upstairs. I stayed in there until they knocked and got me. They brought me down, I did the thing, I went back up.
Yeah, it was all very compartmentalized. You'd go up,
and then
come
that
down.
night they said, hey, another actor, Richard Speight, is doing karaoke in the bar. Do you want to come down? I go, nope. and that was a big mistake, because we could have kicked things off a couple years before we actually did kick things off. It would have been, but I was so terrified, I didn't want to. I was literally like this at my door. I was like, I was so scared. And but the cool thing was, like, once I got on stage, the audience was so nice, you realize right away, like, oh, we're all on the same team. This is amazing, yeah. So I was like, and it's so amazing how far we've come that now, we appear all weekend long, but also like it's just all so comfortable and fun, and I look forward to it.
Isn't it crazy how we used to like in the beginning of our convention life, we would do an event, like do my Q&A, and then each person would go back to the green room. I mean, to their hotel room. And now we never leave each other's side in the green room.
Right.
It's a huddle of all of us together all day. Nobody goes to their room. No, not one person.
Here's a fun fact. There's actually 2 green rooms. There's a room that's supposed to be band and Richard green room, and then there's an actor green room. Because traditionally the band practices and plays and whatever, and so if you want peace and quiet, you go there. Everybody's always in the band green room.
There's nobody ever.
No one goes to actor green. We're all just together.
I remember early on, but the handlers will automatically sort of take people who don't know. They'll take the actors to the actor green room. And I mean, I remember early on, Julian Richings, who's the nicest man on the planet, and he was sitting in there all by himself, and somebody's like, "We should go get Julian," you know. And so I leaned in. We knew him at that time. We're like, "Julian, we had a different green room." He was like, "Oh, I thought people just didn't like me." That's
a pretty good impression of
and I was like, "No, dude." Yeah. So now literally there's an actor green room that holds a couple of bottles of water and some fresh air. That's it.
Yeah. He's so polite that when he comes in, everybody else is, Brandon's like, scoot over, you know what I mean? They make it their own, right? Julian's like, would you mind terribly if I came in and...
I know, he's a hoot.
Pretended I was in the band. So we love, like Matt said, we just all love being together.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
You.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. If your characters were brought back, would you want an episode that tells their background story?
Ooh, background story.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure, why not?
I'd like to see how and when Chuck became the vessel.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see a flashback before the Archangels all went their merry way? Like, we always joke about the family dinner. But that would be a fun scene to see with Rob at the head of the table. Matt Cohen, Rich Speight, Pellegrino, Sebastian Roche.
That's one episode, one scene, one shot, the camera going around the table.
Demore Barnes is the other one, right? Demore Barnes was also in it. I think those are the Archangels. Anyway, that group doing a scene would just be, even if it wasn't a whole episode, just like a flashback or something like that would be just ridiculous.
Just to work with those actors would be fun.
It'd be great.
And to boss around Pellegrino. Where have you been? Go to your room.
And the movie poster is The Last Supper, but instead of Rob in the middle like this, it's Rob going.
Let's write it.
I don't know. Let's go. You, right there.
Hi, my question is, have you tried any local foods? And if you have, what has been your favorite?
I'm really into this whole American cuisine they have. It's really.
You guys had this dinner last night.
I had German food. It's called a hamburger.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
It's meat.
Yes.
Like a patty.
When I started to pick it up, they're like, "No, sir, use the bread."
Yeah.
You usually have it on either side.
Right.
Keeps your hands clean.
Right.
It originated in Hamburg, Germany.
But I thought it was weird when you got the French fries with it, and you thought they were some sort of chopstick. You tried to...
Yeah, I get thrown by other cultures. Rob?
Is pokey considered Hawaiian? Yes. Well, I had that yesterday for lunch, and that was mighty tasty. I liked it.
What exactly is that?
Well, you take
raw fish.
You put your white fork in. You take your white fork out. Put your white fork in, and you stir it all about. You eat yourself some pokey, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Dad. Come on, Dad.
The good news, ladies and gentlemen, you have them all weekend long.
It's filled with those.
What is?
You haven't done your thing yet. What's the drink that you make into the song? What's the drink that's a pina colada? You haven't done your pina colada joke today. Do
you like pina coladas?
2 hours.
And get caught in the rain?
There he is.
And the smell of the ocean and the taste of champagne? You like making love at midnight? The dunes of the Cape?
Matt, we were here 6 hours. 6 hours in, he'd already done that joke twice.
Then Rob's the man you're looking for.
Classic Rich.
Tweet to him and escape.
Anyway, yes, pokey. I do enjoy, and pokey has made its way into the United States now. They're like pokey restaurants in Los Angeles.
Just one more time. I don't know what it is.
Put the white fork in. Take the fork.
It's fish, like raw fish, that they kind of cut into cubes. Oh. And they have it with rice.
It's really good. You gotta go to the right place. Like, don't go to slow poking. That they take forever, and it's just you'll be there. It's like, what are you catching the fish? Like,
But sometimes when you eat it, it hurts. It feels like someone's jabbing you.
that's what happens when it doesn't work.
The two of you are so hokey. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing how quickly they turn.
Yeah, well, you really offended him earlier. Thank you for your question. You.
Hi. So I'm pretty sure you all have met the Hollywood Show on YouTube, and with Richard playing Dustin in the Stranger Things parody, I was wondering if all three of you were on Stranger Things, what character would you play?
I think we know who Rich would play.
Probably that kid I already played.
I was real quick funny story is I was on the plane finishing season 2, and I landed, and Rich was like waiting for me getting off the plane, and I was like, you do look like that kid. Your mouth.
I know. It was pretty good casting.
It was brilliant. Those ladies are so talented. And yeah, we've all gotten the chance to work with them, and they're terrific.
I always see you as Barb.
I've never seen it, so I don't know the joke.
Who's the hot one? Who could Matt be?
He's the hot one.
Steve.
Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Steve's the one who dates the daughter? Yeah, you're Steve.
Steve, he's
great
so
head of hair on that kid.
I think I'd be Will. Yeah, the one the bad things happen to.
Will or Barb, I guess, depending.
You're gonna have my fist in your face.
Why would you adjust it, man? Come on.
Dustin?
Dustin. Well, who's he?
Dustin.
Dustin, all right. I don't know who the hell he is, but he's great.
No, he's great. You're great in it. Yeah, I think I'm Will. But, man, I love that show. I just really love that show.
Good stuff.
So great.
Thank you for your question. You.
So this is for everyone. I was 3 years old when Supernatural first came out.
Same. She said 43, right?
How does that make you feel?
Let's let Rich take this one. Go ahead, Rich.
Young lady, it's inappropriate to ask people about their age. No, actually, to me, that's not a negative at all. It's amazing that we've ended up on a show that has had this longevity. We've been in the industry a long time, the three of us. Done a lot of shows that come and go, that maybe we love, maybe we don't love, maybe we have a great role, maybe we don't. But they don't stay together as a unit the way this show has. So, look, Is that the real kid or me? So for me, it's such a blessing to have stumbled into a role on a show that then has created this sort of satellite universe of friendship and entertainment that we do town to town. So I feel very fortunate that the show has lasted long enough to have an effect on somebody who wasn't even around when it was conceived. So it's pretty awesome.
I agree. It's a positive for me. It's like, wow, that's incredible. That's awesome.
You kind of hope that the work you do lives on beyond your participation in it. And the show has legs, as they say. It has an audience that continues to grow and find it and connect with it far beyond its initial launch. So it's really cool. It's really awesome. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
You.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay.
Hi.
My question is for all of you. If you guys were all superheroes, what would your superhero title be, and what powers would you have?
Bubba? No, that'd be my title, Bubba.
And what would your superpower be?
Bobbing.
Exactly.
Will you be like underwater bobbing?
I think right at the surface, half under.
Kind of answers itself, doesn't it? I'd be bobbing for apples, always searching for the bad apple. Get them out of the. I don't know.
I like it.
What about you, Rob?
I've got a real talent for saying the wrong thing at the right time.
So you'd be potty mouth.
Potty mouth. Exclamation point. P.
I can see it.
Well, good, you just saw it like 5 minutes ago.
Matthew?
I want to be a person that with a giant staff. I couldn't go back.
Sounds like a job for potty mouth.
And I have a giant staff which I hold still. I don't.
You and I are definitely on the same team.
We're actually a crime-fighting duo, the two of us. And so I hold the staff next to potty mouth.
Okay.
And,
what is the staff?
I'm just trying to put thoughts together without making sexual innuendos.
Maybe
it's
put your hand
very
down.
hard.
Put your hand down for a second. Okay. What does the staff do?
The staff is full of power.
I bet it is.
And it
brings joy.
It brings pure joy to everybody.
Hashtag you.
Hashtag you.
It brings pure joy to everybody in 3-minute increments. Well done, Matthew. Good one. You.
My question is for Matt.
Matthew.
You're up.
Cleanse your palate, kid.
I'm sorry in advance. How old are you?
I am 24.
Great.
I just wanted to know how you got involved in this crazy supernatural family.
Well, it all started with a casting session. I walked into an office, and before I sat down, Mr. Robert Ulrich, the casting director of Supernatural, looked at me and goes, "Wow, you look just like Jeffrey. Hope you're at least decent at this read." That's what he said. And we had a history. I've auditioned for him before, so he was kind of making a joke and kind of being, "Please don't screw this up. Your face is perfect to play younger John." And then I came to a convention, and I met Rich, and I met Rob, and that's the last thing I remember. Now I'm here with my two best friends on stage, giving you mediocre answers to your lovely questions.
I don't regret it.
And I'm never leaving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Hi, my question's kind of silly. What spice best describes you? Like salt, pepper, paprika? Spice.
What spice best describes?
Like, I love how you went like salt, pepper,
paprika.
A spice that maybe doesn't even have a taste and you never know what to put it on.
Rich, it's Rich's favorite kind of question to answer. What spice?
Like a salt, pepper, paprika mix. Papa?
I would have to say, I'm allspice.
Ooh. Nice. Ah, man.
I'm Mrs. Dash.
I'm like hot pepper. Just kind of unpredictable and, spicy. But really nice, but I mean well.
But you make our eyes water. It's so sweet.
You, sir.
Question is for Rob.
Yes.
How difficult was it to do a scene as God with Metatron without making Revenge of the Nerds references?
Yeah, I mean, Curtis is amazing, and he was a huge fan of mine as a kid. Risky Business, Revenge of the Nerds. I watched those movies so many times. So to meet him at a convention a few years ago was a joy. We were all like, "Can we get a picture with you?" We were fangirling over Curtis Armstrong. But then to have the treat to be able to work with him was amazing. That episode in general was just one of the best experiences I've ever had. But he's such a nice guy. He will allude to it first, right? So you're just, you can't even make the joke. Like he's making the joke.
Yeah, I think he just he just released a book.
Yeah, he
recently.
wrote a book, which is fantastic.
And I think it's entitled Revenge of the Nerd or something about that.
And but I was just asking him questions, man. I was like, so Tom Cruise, did you guys hang out? What was that like? And, because he was in it in the 80s. He was, And then you forget he had a great career in the 90s too, when he was in... Moonlighting.
Forever.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was a joy. It was a joy. He's actually one of the good ones. Yeah, thanks, man.
Fantastic actor, man. And you're not wrong, man. Curtis came on and we were all just flipping out. Everybody wanted their picture with him. Because, I mean, if he only did Risky Business and Better Off Dead and Revenge of the Nerds, you'd be like...
Yeah, that's a career.
There's a career. I mean,
if you remember the first one he did, I think it was Sunday night, we all went back to the hotel and had a beer, and he joined us.
Yeah.
And we were just like, me, you, and Norton, I think, were just like giddy. We were like, just asking him questions, just, what was that like? What was that like?
yeah, he's a great history in the business. So if you get a chance, read his book.
Check out his book.
Yeah, check out his book. It's awesome. You, young lady.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, and you?
Fantastic, thank you. I have a question that I'm kind of scared of the answer of. If there were no laws for a day, what's the first thing you would do?
Jaywalk. Man.
Just to see Rich.
You can't stop me.
Oh, no laws, huh? Watch this.
I mean, so you die within 5 seconds. No laws, anything I can do?
Yeah, because they didn't stop at the stoplight because there's no laws.
Yeah, exactly. No laws, man. I don't want to.
I'd wear white after Labor Day.
Okay.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
I would load a giant commercial airliner with psychedelic mushrooms. And then I would drive it over wherever all of the politicians are that day. And I would drop the psychedelic mushrooms on them in hopes that they had some sort of change of heart and awakening and could see the world in a different, less greedy way. It's good.
Rob?
I'm trying to think what's illegal. What's legal, what's illegal? What do I do that's illegal? What do I like to do?
What do you do that's illegal?
Don't answer that question.
Okay, I was gonna say, are we sure that's a...
I don't know, man. I just want everybody to love each other, get along. Oh, well, I guess in the United States it's legal to carry guns, right? I guess I just get rid of that. I just take away everybody's guns and teach them to live in harmony. How about that?
I like it.
All right. What you've thought about this, you asked the question, what law would you ignore for the day? What would you do illegally?
Stalking celebrities. No, I'm just kidding.
Perfect! Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Benedict, Matthew Cohen,
Richard Speight Jr.
and me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
It's a magic number. Yeah, it is. It's a magic number. 3. It's a magic number. Yeah, it is. It's a magic number.
All right, so Robbie,
What's happening now, Richard?
we just have a boatload of people coming on stage.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, go see if they're ready, and then let me know. We have just a ton of people. We just rounded up. It's a grab bag of talent coming to the stage. Are they back there? Matt? Okay, are you back? So, this is the thing. I hope you got just it's like ABC's, Battle of the Network Stars backstage.
We've run out of chairs.
Yeah, well, the dudes will stand. So this is the thing. We have a lot of people, but they're only taking questions about episodes they've done together. Ladies and gentlemen,